What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am Augustine Versace. This is Onell Media, and you are awesome. Now, there's a very specced out and incredible camera that is on the way. It is here. That is the Sony Alpha 1. But this camera is not geared towards the content creator. It really is not. And in this video, I'm about to explain to you some of the specs and why, as a content creator for YouTube, you definitely don't want to get this camera, man. Alright? Now, the Sony Alpha 1 is definitely a stacked camera. This camera is definitely a photography beast. And what I mean by that is it has a 50 megapixel CMOS stack sensor. Goodness, what? You could blow that up to like air balloon size or something. Hot air balloon, like that's humongous, man. That is a big file. And that right there is the first reason of why, if you are a content creator for YouTube or any social media platform, you do not want a 50 megapixel image. This is why. As a content creator, mostly everything that you are making is going to be seen from this. This here is a phone screen. Now, if everything you are putting into the atmosphere is on a phone screen, 50 megapixels is overkill, man. With the Sony a7 III, I take 24 megapixel pictures and I'll blow those up. I'm talking about big prints. Matter of fact, let me go grab one. Right back. Okay, I'm back. This right here, guys, yeah, this thing, that's like half of my body. You see this? That right there is a 24 megapixel image. Now, that's not even the whole 24 megapixels because I actually cropped in on this picture a bit. So I can blow up a poster from 24 megapixels. Now ask yourself this question. When am I ever going to be shooting a picture and having it blown up for a TV the size of an entire living room? It's not really gonna happen if you're a content creator, and that right there is overkill. That is too much. Now this camera is $6K. How far you plan on cropping in on this thing, man? You don't want to pay $6K to crop in on a picture. That's just unfathomable. What type of nonsense would that be? Now, it's overkill for photography. The second thing, if you are trying to future-proof your work with video, you are going to be using larger files. 4K is more than enough. 6K, you're pushing it. 8K, when are you really ever going to use this? I'll wait. Mention in the comments, when are you ever going to use 8K and reasonably have a reason to use 8K? Like I said, this is the iPhone 12 Pro Max. This is a very big screen. My hands are big, so it may look smaller than what it actually is. But that is a very big screen. Last I checked, it doesn't even show in 8K resolution. None of the screens that you're gonna be putting your information on, putting your video on, is ever gonna need 8K. You are out of your freaking mind if you think that you need 8K. Now, this is a professional grade camera. In my personal opinion, it's replacing the A9. Feel free to tell me in the comments what you think about that. But professional grade camera. There's one thing about content creation that people tend to forget. Right now, I am talking into the camera. I have a flippy outy screen, and that is good enough for me to frame myself in a shot. When you have a pro level camera, I've heard people say, well, this will probably be the third issue. But I've heard people say, well, it doesn't have the flippy outy screen. Yeah, it don't have the flippy outy screen. You know why it doesn't have the flippy outy screen? Because it is pro, which means it is designed for you to be behind the camera. You are shooting something. It is designed for you to be behind the camera, working the camera. It is not designed for you to be taking YouTube videos. It is not designed for you to be vlogging with, and I'm sure it's freaking heavy. When I get one in my hands, I'll let you know. But with that being said, there's 3 reasons right there. The pictures are overkill. The video in 8K would be overkill. And really, how long would you be able to record? That is a big ass file. Not only is it a big file, but it also is gonna take a lot of processing within your computer. The third reason, it's not really built for vlogging or doing talking heads with, because it doesn't have that flippy outy screen. Now you can use a monitor, which I've done with my Sony a7 III, because it also has a screen just like the A9, which is, you know, it tilts or whatever, but it doesn't come out. Now, that's a bit cumbersome. I don't know why you would want to have that in your office set up, like this small office. That is just redundant. Like, you're repeating a process that nobody liked in the first place. Nobody really cared for that screen on the a7 III, which was a jack of all trades. This camera will give you great video. This camera will give you great pictures. And really, you don't need much more than this. So for the average person creating content just for online, that camera is going to be way too advanced for you. Now, it is a great camera. No doubts about that. 50 megapixels, 8K recording, all types of codecs. Like, really, it is a great camera. But you, yes you, if you are watching this video, then you are concerned as a content creator for YouTube, do I need the Alpha One? You do not need that camera. I am not kidding you. Now, some better options for the content creator would be the camera that I'm shooting on right now, which is, if you are inside and you can control the light, or if you are outside a lot of the time, the ZV-1 is a great camera. It is specifically made for content creators on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and all of those things that you have handheld. Now, another camera that would also be great would be the classic OG for 3 years now, the beast, the a7 III. That camera right there is an amazing camera to get you started and to actually project yourself 2-3 years into the future for content creation. It's that good. It came out, you can't beat a classic, man. You just can't. So ZV-1, a7 III, and then of course you have the a7C, which is also focused on the content creator. It is a bit smaller than the a7 III, and it has a flippy outy screen. That camera right there for content creation is great. Now, is it for professional work? I don't think so, because it doesn't have 2 memory card slots. There's no redundancy there. If you lose the footage from one of your memory cards, it is kaput. It's gone. It's not backed up anywhere. You're done. All right? So that is something to take into mind. Also, there is this creature that I would love to call the ultimate camera for YouTube. That is the a7S III. Yes, that camera exists, and it is roughly a little over half of what you would pay for the Alpha One. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Get into the price. If you are a YouTuber, you're probably not making much money yet, unless you're a bigger hand YouTuber, which means you'll have a bigger studio, which means you'll have a crew, which means the Alpha One may actually be for you. But for the small YouTuber, The ZV-1 is small, it's compact, you can use it anywhere, and it's about $800. Then next up in that tier, you would have the A7C, which is about $1,700, give or take. You can put a lens on there and that'll boost it up with the kit lens to around $2,000. Now you have the A7 III. The A7 III is more than capable for photography, for video, for starters, for the novice, and for the people that have really been putting in that work and they are pros. That camera will get you everywhere you need to be. And as far as the big dog for content creation, in my personal opinion, the A7S Mark III would definitely be more than enough camera for your video. Now for your photography, it only has 12 megapixels, but if you are actually not going to be cropping in too much into those pictures, thumbnails, photo shoots where you get to have the model and you could set the picture up properly and you don't have to do much cropping, it is still a great camera to have. 12 megapixels will still work for you. You will definitely still have some time to grow with that camera, especially on the video end. And if you don't need much from the photo end, it is still a great camera. So it also has 2 memory card slots. The A7 III has 2 memory card slots. A7C does not, neither does the ZV-1. It has a few quirks. One of which is, I don't like where the battery compartment and where you screw in the quick release plate. But if you do like I do and get a case from Small Rig, they take care of that. So Alpha 1, overkill, buddy. You don't need it. Chill out. Relax, man. And right now I'm trying to get to 1K subscribers. So if you are here, you are the fam. Give me dap. Alright, I'm rocking with ya. Be sure to come back here where we can talk about cameras. We could go over different types of ways to shoot with different types of cameras. I mean cell phones, point and shoots, as well as interchangeable lens, camera bodies, pro and otherwise. So with that being said, you're a content creator. I'm telling you, don't get the Alpha 1. Please don't. And as always, peace. I love you guys.